What do you get when you combine 10 years of MCU history, one big baddie, and a huge budget, all shot entirely on IMAX? You get the most anticipated film of the year, perhaps the decade. Avengers Infinity War is the 19th installment in the MCU. It is very masterfully wrangled by Anthony and Joe Russo. It is fair to say that this movie is the most ambitious in the series thus far. It stars, well, everyone. Almost everyone who's made a contribution to the MCU over the past decade. Of course, your veterans return. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Chris Evans as Cap, and yada yada yada, blah blah blah, yakety smackety blah. And it is the cinematic equivalent of watching the Pro Bowl or the NBA All-Star Game. It's cool to see everyone come together. Well, we all know that Thanos finally turns his attention to gathering up all of the Infinity Stones to power his gauntlet so that he can carry out his plan. With all of the cool things in the film, Thanos, played by Josh Brolin, is the coolest. Something that Marvel has been doing a better job of recently is fleshing out the motivations of their villains. Thanos has a clear objective in the story, and it's easy to see why he thinks he's right. Much like Killmonger in Black Panther. Also like Killmonger and Loki, the character is not entirely unsympathetic. Unlike Killmonger and Loki, Thanos does not seem to view his own actions through any kind of a moral lens. It doesn't feel like he's embracing a dark side. He is just dark. Hence, what he thinks is best for the universe might not be seen as such by the rest of the universe, since his plan is to wipe out half of everyone in existence. So, those that survive might have more resources. That's dark, but there's a logic to it. It's math. As for the rest of the film, it's easy to find faults if you look for them. Even Thanos' CG complexion, while extremely well done, had its moments of reminding you that we were watching a CG character, despite Brolin's very smooth and powerful performance. The problems are where you'd expect them when you're telling a story on this scale. And there's a lot of story to tell and a lot of characters to wrangle. The film is going to have built-in pacing issues. At no point does it drag, but that would be almost impossible, but it is uneven in several places. Since the characters have to split up to accomplish their individual goals, just when momentum is building up while watching one group, the film cuts to another group seemingly breaking the flow, and there's also some noticeable changes of tone in the film between one set of characters and another. At the risk of being petty, sometimes the jokes flew a little bit too quickly for a crowded theater viewing, as you miss subsequent lines for laughter from the previous joke. But given the monumental task of weaving this monstrosity together into something that is only 149 minutes long, we still get all the story. And we also get the trademark after-credits stinger. Yes, there is one. I'd categorize my criticisms as constructive observations. Infinity War lives up to the hype and does what it sets out to do. And it has successfully culminated 10 years of a rather successful franchise into a single unprecedented cinematic event. The Russos deserve a lot of credit here, as the action is good, it's easier to follow, and the humor is consistent with what we have come to expect in the MCU. And they have combined characters in the most interesting combinations. And 3, 2, 1, spoilers. First, Thor meets up with the Guardians of the Galaxy after his Asgardian refugee ship is destroyed by Thanos, and all of the Asgardian survivors, including Heimdall and Loki, are killed by Thanos. Hulk gets a Thanos beatdown, but is whisked to Earth by Heimdall in Heimdall's final act. Thor teams up with Rocket and Team Groot to replace his hammer, while the remaining Guardians go to nowhere to stop Thanos from finding one of the Infinity Stones. Doctor Strange abducts Tony Stark after the Hulk / Bruce Banner drops in on the New York Sanctum. Strange ends up abducted by Squidward, Ebony Maw, a prominent Thanos minion, and Iron Man and Spider-Man, who becomes Iron Spider, pursue, teaming them up. Vision and Scarlet Witch are in seclusion, making whoopee when they are attacked because of Vision's Mind Stone, and they are later joined by Black Widow, Falcon, and a bearded Steve Rogers, who come to their rescue. Later they pick up Rhodey, War Machine, after they tell Secretary Ross how it's going to be, and a Hulkless Banner. Eventually, Team Cap goes to Wakanda and team up with Black Panther, Bucky, and all of the forces of the country of Wakanda to defend Vision long enough for Shuri to safely extract the Mind Stone and replace it to save Vision. After Iron Man and Spider-Man free Doctor Strange, they crash land their hijacked ship on Titan and team up with Star-Lord, Mantis, and Drax after losing Gamora to Thanos on Nowhere after he acquired another one of the stones, which eventually led to Gamora's death, as Thanos had to sacrifice someone he really loved. And to everyone's surprise, particularly Gamora's, it was her. Team Iron, Strange, and Guardians get their first crack at Thanos and almost relieve him of his nearly completed gauntlet until Peter Quill loses it when he learns that Gamora is dead, thanks to Blabberous Nebula, who has just joined them. Doctor Strange gives Thanos the Time Stone in an apparent gesture to save Iron Man's life, but that was after viewing over 14,600,000 outcomes where there was only one scenario in which they all survive. Wakanda seems to successfully, although barely, repel the attack from Thanos' forces with the timely arrival of Thor and his new superweapon, Stormbreaker, and also has a new eye, and he has Rocket and Groot in tow. But since extracting the Mind Stone was unsuccessful, Vision convinces Wanda to destroy the stone, effectively killing him to keep it from Thanos. But Thanos arrives and after some more butt-kicking uses the newly acquired Time Stone, reverses time, then takes the stone from Vision and kills him anyway. Thor then plunges his new axe into Thanos' chest, but it's too late. Thanos changes reality and, as promised, removes one half of everyone from existence on Earth and everywhere else. But the core Avengers remain. As in every film, success is going to be based on how well everything is executed. Here, the execution is carried out as well as you could ever ask, perhaps even better. The acting, the action, and even Alan Silvestri's score are all excellent. This one, once again, does live up to the hype. And it's worth viewing more than once, and I have. Infinity War gets a 4.5 out of 5. It was well executed. That's one opinion. Would like to know yours. Please leave your comments below, as we'd love to hear from you. If you like what you saw today, please click that like button. And if you'd like to see more content here, please click the subscribe button and the bell for new videos. You have just been spoiled. Come back fresh next time and we'll do it again. See ya.